Hey everyone, welcome to another installment of killing every target in the Hitman World of Assassination trilogy in overly elaborate ways. Mumbai edition. I guess even the title's elaborate. Let's get into it. Today we're obviously going to Mumbai, and I'm not the biggest fan of this map, but I've not only come up with one strat I think is kind of cool, I've also come up with a sort of mirror strat. So let's get into it. For the first strat, we're going to use a disguise start. We're actually going to start in the photo shoot in Rangan's tower, so we can get a nice early kill on Rangan. It's important that we bring the ICA-19 pistol, not a Krugi. We're going to smuggle the concussion duck in a nearby car park smuggle, and then bring coins and an EMP charge. These strats kind of showcase two different alternative mission story scenarios you can go for. First one requires killing Darwood first, and the second one will require killing Vanya first. And then, depending on which one we kill first, we kill the other one along with the Maelstrom. So the first thing I'm going to do is do a sleight of hand law on this NPC, where I place down the EMP and pick it up straight away. I get to keep the item, but the NPC will still go and try and investigate where it was. Next I'm going to take out the concussion duck from the briefcase, and I'm going to find the position I like to place the briefcase in, just between these two little rectangles, where Darwood will see that from above and start to walk down. I'm going to take cover here and try and aim right at the correct spot to throw this up and have it land up there. And then we're going to move the briefcase right under the shandy. So Darwood's going to see that when he comes down and redirect to where it is now. Now, this kill has given me some problems when I've tried it. Sometimes the chandelier just doesn't kill Darwood even when he's right under it. But using instinct, we can see when he stops and we can detonate that concussion duck, and that will bring the shandy down on him. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to fire a distraction shot, because this guard can be annoying. And then we're going to fire two shots up into the tower where the Kashmirian, the cash money man as I like to call him, is up there. We'll scare him, he'll start running down. That lady will actually hear him scream and start coming up, so we need to drop the hammer in front of her to stop her from finding him. And we're going to knock out Kashmirian as he runs down here and collects everything he drops, which includes the key to get into his apartment, and also the laptop dongle to get into his laptop. So we're going to plug that into his laptop and read the files. In both these runs, we're going to need to read the files. This one's sort of the one that takes the longest and the more elaborate way to get to reading the files. I'm going to go this way because there's a phone nearby. Now that we've read the files, by the mission story, we are able to call Vanya and inform her that Darwood is dead. We don't need to let the whole cutscene of talking to her play out though. We only need to hear the start of the ringing out and then we can hang up. Vanya will know what that means. The story is that Vanya put out a contract on Darwood, but then Darwood found out and put out a contract on her, so now we've carried out the contract on Darwood. We've called Vanya. Vanya's going to meet the Maelstrom here. So we need to just clear this area out of a few NPCs. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of the fact we have an ICA-19 pistol, which is loud enough to use to lure this guard down with the bullet shot.
Gotta be.
So he's going to come down. Next we're going to fire a shot and throw an item at just where this shadow goes diagonally.
What's this now?
And that'll be at the perfect range to get both of them without each other hearing each other's distractions. I'm going to climb up and we're going to set up this fire barrel here. First thing we're going to do is leave an EMP charge by it. We need to sort of crouch into the corner and drop it to make sure Vanya's going to be able to see it properly. And we'll get some distance. We'll go over here in these bushes and take a nice safe shot. Next we're going to prepare the coins, because we need to throw one to distract Darwood's, Vanya's guard, who's right in front of her. We don't want him seeing the EMP charge, so we got to take care of him. Throw that over there. it'll buff luck away and we can get out. Next I'm going to put a coin on the top of this barrel, and I'm just going to bump Wazir here, a Maelstrom a little bit, to give Vanya time to get to the EMP first. Because we need to, we want them to get there at about the same time. There we go. So now, as they go into place, we can detonate the EMP and set them ablaze. And take some nice fancy pictures. And
my word, 47. That was an impressive display. Vanya Shah and Wazir Kale, aka the Maelstrom,
Diana is very proud of us for this. She's a big fan of this, this strategy, so as long as we're pleasing Diana, we're doing our job. And we are just in time to take the train exit, which is by far the most stylish exit. So it's a pretty tidy route, I think. But for the second route, we're going to take it up a notch. We're going to do it suit only, starting in Chul's. We're going to bring the ICA-19 and a sniper in a smuggle. I'm for the Seeger Ghost. We're going to bring some coins for the phone call and getting out. And we're going to smuggle into the rooftop south, smuggle a sniper. Now, this sniper has to be a piercing sniper rifle. The only one I've tested to work are the Hackle Leviathan snipers, because they can do kills with limb shots. This will become important. You'll see why. Alright, that's it. Now, in the previous run, we had to get the Kashmirian's USB dongle by knocking him out. But when you spawn in the Chul starting location, it will spawn at the USB dongle on the side right next to you. Now, this doesn't happen from any other spawn. It will only be on the Kashmirian. But if you spawn here, you can just pick it up right away. Now, it's important we move fast here, because what we've got to do is very time dependent. We're going to aim over here and take 2 shots through the window. These shots are going to hit the inside of a carriage, and that's going to be close enough for NPCs in this group here to hear them and start to go alert and get scared and investigate. Now, usually what the civilians in this crowd would do is go and talk to Vanya and have an audience with her, where they'll explain how much they're suffering under her cruel rules, and she will just be a complete B-word. And she is really the worst.
I wouldn't even feed you to the dogs. You're making a fool of yourself. You should stop groveling. It's a bore. I can't help you. I need to clear my head of all these requests for a while. The session is over.
What's more, the NPC that actually goes to talk to her is randomly selected, so it could be a short little audience, or it could be a really long one. So that's going to change Vanya's timings, and we really don't want to have to deal with randomness and long waits in our run.
Be thankful I'm in a good mood, because you are nothing but disposable. You are scum. You're what makes this place despicable. You are lucky I haven't dealt with everyone you know in your sad life.
Ugh, goddamn.
Understand what I'm saying?
Anyway, after she's done sitting here, she will stand up and step forward and then stand under the birdcage in front of her very briefly. So we need to be fast. We need to get to this laptop by about 16 seconds in game time and start getting the information we need to do the phone call. And then I'm going to throw the briefcase over there as far as I can and jump off this balcony and slide down. I'm trying to get to the bottom and disembark from the pipe by the time, in order to distract those NPCs so they don't keep going for the briefcase, because I want to get here and take a shot. I'm going to enter this cover position here and aim for a sort of line here. I will shoot twice, but I actually hit it in the first one. To show that again, I get into cover, I aim, I look to see when Vanya's walking forward, and then I zoom in. It's the full green square, and I'm literally visualizing a little line just a short way away from the edge of the glass. You can sort of see it in some of the brown bits of texture in the window, but also it's like the first measurement on the scope. It's honestly easier than it looks. But yeah, if you shoot there, you will hit the cord for the birdcage above where Vanya stands, and that should kill her.
Maybe you can eliminate one.
Now I'm going to immediately go across the road, dropping the sniper where no one can see, and do the phone call, this time to Darwood. And again, we're just going to let it ring out briefly once. Diana's going to start talking a lot about the Maelstrom being on a phone call, but the Maelstrom's actually right here. Look at him, he's not on a phone call.
Hang on.
Also, he's fully dressed in all his Maelstrom gear, which is kind of funny because we literally just made the phone call and then skipped immediately, which means he must have got undressed in the street. But anyway, we're going to run out here and blend into this crowd, and that should be just the perfect timing to get around this guy. I'm going to go up this ladder and going to collect the smuggle. Now, you might be asking, why did we bring 2 snipers rather than just, you know, bring in the hackle sniper in the first case? And the reason is basically that I just don't like the scope for this hackle, and I don't want to line up the shot with that scope. So anyway, we're going to be able to get through here as this metal worker comes out, or sometimes we can get past the guard and go the other way. I kind of improv this a little, but it's really not important. We have plenty of time to get here. We're going to take out this sniper and shoot this guy open and put it back. As you can see, I kind of upgraded to the ducky. I'm going to shoot right on this corner here to turn this security guard around, and I'm just going to knock him out. I'm going to fire a pistol shot up above one of Darwood's bodyguards there. And he's going to hear it. That's another upshot. We've already done a few of those in the series, and I have a video explaining those. So that's going to send him up, and we're going to throw just any old object over there to get the next bodyguard to start walking up the stairs, and he would try and walk down the other stairs to get to that spot. But as he gets to the top of the stairs, we're just going to fire another distraction shot up above him to send him up. Basically, Darwood has 3 guards who are going to want to escort him to the barge, and we don't want that. Here comes the 3rd one. We're going to do the same thing. We've got to be careful not to fire any shots where a guard that's already heard one is going to hear it again. But we can get rid of all of his guards with this method as they follow him. If we didn't do this, the bodyguards would follow Darwood onto the barge, and they're a lot more observant than the Maelstrom's guards. So we're about to snipe both of these guys, and we don't want the bodies getting seen. And where Darwood's guards stand, it's pretty ideal to just see the whole thing. So now we got the ducky sniper in all its glory. Yeah, observe the Maelstrom and Wazir getting to the pier. This is where we have plenty of time, really. I'm just going to wait around
47
until we can see Wazir and Maelstrom meeting.
Can't quite confirm.
I'm going to get into position for the snipe. We can see they're both in front of each other, so I'm going to get into position, and before shooting them, I'm going to fire 2 shots over at this long pillar, and that's going to distract all the local security over there, and then I'm just going to find a spot where they overlap and shoot them both. Now the shot on these will cause the Maelstrom to land between all these, all this cargo, and it'll cause Darwood to go off into the water. His body will be hidden for good.
Darwood Rangan and Wazir Kale.
Luckily, we don't have to worry about Wazir's body getting found too soon, because his guards will just leave. They're clocking out. They're done. Whereas on the other side, we have all the local security investigating. Now, the security will find Wazir's body if we don't exit by about like 4 minutes 20 seconds. Just a random number I picked. But we have plenty of time to do that. We have 2 coins left, so we can take the nearest taxi driver.
Showing off again, 47. Darwood Rangan and Wazir Kale, the Maelstrom, confirmed dead. Excellent work.
You're welcome, Diana.
Mission completed.
So yeah, we've Diana impressed twice now, in 2 different ways. Approaches from opposite ends. That's Mumbai for today. Thanks for watching. I'll hope you'll join me for the next one. Like, subscribe, don't die. Peace.